Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's actually bright and sunny today, so I'm happy. Happy days. So today we're going to use the darkest color that you have. This is kind of like a dark green. Yeah. And we're going to use 3 strands. Meg is here. Robin is here. Vika is here. Got a knot at the bottom again. Hello. I was literally just talking to Meg before this about a new Christmas kit, and I'm really excited about it now. Last night I just couldn't make anything that I liked. Do you know what I mean? And this morning I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look at it again and try one more time. And I sent it to Meg like, what do you think? And she was like, oh my God, that's really nice. So hopefully when I stitch it up, I'll know if it's the perfect one or not. Meg says, as you should be. It's amazing. Thank you. Let me just turn the music down a little bit because I was watching television. I was watching Below Deck about yachting. I love that show. But yeah, I was watching it before, so I had the volume like way, way, way up. Right, so today we're going to do these tiny little, the sticks with the V's on them. That's the easiest way. So like this one here, good morning, Helen. And then this one here, and then there's a couple up here at the top as well. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it, only because they look very similar when they're stitched, but some people like one way more than the other way, if you know what I mean. So I'll let you decide which one you'd rather do. So we're going to do the fern stitch and the fly stitch. So the fly stitch is like you make the V with one bit of thread. And the fern stitch is where you have to make the V with 2 different pieces every time. So I'm going to zoom in and get started. I'm using the darkest color of green that I have. And I'm only using 3 strands because I want them to look a little bit more delicate. Yeah. Also with these, I know I touched on it a little bit yesterday, but because we were dealing with layers in the leaves, you're going to want to kind of tuck them under. Obviously, there's nothing to tuck them under because we haven't stitched these yet. And over here up at the top, you'll find we haven't stitched those yet either. And that's okay. We're just going to make them the stick part, the line down the middle, just a little bit longer so that later we can stitch over top of it. So don't be alarmed if for right now you're like, these look whack, because they're not going to look like that later. Okay? Okay, let me zoom her in. I'm going to start really easy with this one and the fern stitch. So the fern stitch is each one, you're going to make 3 stitches. So 1 down the middle, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Then the next one will be back, like a back stitch. So 1 down the middle, 1 down the left, 1 down the right, 1 down the middle, 1 down the left, 1 down the right. And that's how that's the rule. That's the order of the stitches. Now, I always say that with this, that's like the proper way to do the fern stitch. So if you were to like go look it up online or something, they would always go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, always in that order. You could also do it different ways. You can do the whole stem first and then go back and do the little leaves. They're not really leaves, are they? They're just like little pieces, I guess. So it's really up to you. There's no right or wrong way. Technically, the fern stitch is like I said, but I mean, you know how I am with these things. So I'll show you the right way. So typically with the fern stitch, straight down, and then this goes into that same hole that you made first. Yeah, like that. And then obviously you're gonna have to do a back stitch because we can't go through the same hole down how we start it. And then left. And then right. Yeah? I might close this and see. I know the other day when I closed it, it made it a little bit better. Let's try. Is that better on the video? Let's see. Maybe. I have the light on as well. So here we are. Bottom, up, then left, and right. Yeah? If you want to keep adding little tiny leaves here, you can, because I guess if it was kind of sticking out, then there would be another one, but you don't really need to. So I'm just going to do a back stitch, kind of stick it in there. Yeah? And then when we do this one, this right here will overlap that a little bit. Okay, so that's the fern stitch. Now the fly stitch is similar, but not. Okay. I'm gonna go straight over to this one. So the fly stitch is like this. You're gonna make one. Helen says, you've nearly done a whole piece and I've just threaded my needle. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Everyone has different paces. So for this one, you're going to make a straight line down. Yeah. Then up on this side. Down on this side. Yeah. Following, you're going to leave a loop. And you're going to go up through the seam hole here. Like that. And then pull it down and make your next stitch. So this stitch here is holding that V. Yeah, so I'll do it again. Obviously, I've not drawn this on very well because I've like really squished it in there. So you're gonna come up here, come down on the other side, leave your loop because you're going to come up in the loop, just right here where your other stitch was. Pull her tight like this, and then make your stitch. They look very similar, you can tell. These ones sometimes can look a bit curved here if you don't pull it tight enough, whereas these will always be really straight because you've literally stuck it down into the fabric. They are each individual stitches, whereas this one is just floating underneath this stitch. And of course you can go right to left if that's what you fancy. Oh, I thought there was something colored on my, like something orange almost. There you go. So again, I've just stitched over these berries because we're going to, overlap them. Yeah. So I think that's all I can do for this area because these two are the only ones there. I'm going to go and do this one now, but I need to. I do like the fly stitch because it makes a really cool V on the back. They're like perfect little V's, look like a chevron pattern. I think they look so cool. So I've shown you both. You can decide which ones, which method that you want to use. I know some people think that one of them is a little bit quicker than the other one. I'll do this one then. Robin says, are you ready for your workshop tonight? So I got ready for it yesterday, but there was 3 people, and so we've moved them to the 27th to try to boost the numbers for that one. So I've got free evening. That's a lie because I have a ton of things to do. Because that Monday, last Monday, I ran out of so many things and like so many things went wrong. I feel like I'm like so behind for this week. So like I said before, I've just added this a little bit longer into this kind of long loopy leaf because I want to stitch over. So it looks like this is coming out from behind. Yeah. Okay, like look how cute that is. Good morning. Beep, beep, beep. I think that's so sweet. So I'm just gonna have to take this hoop out and turn it around. I think there's only 3 on this side. Yeah, so there's only 3 on this side. Don't get confused. This one is not the same. So it's just 1, 2, 3. Okay. This one is different. It's gonna look like a pine tree branch. David got me a little like illustrated botany book. It's really pretty. I'll have to show you. But he got it for me for our anniversary because we saw it at someone else's house. And I was like, oh, these are so beautiful. And think I need to read it because I stitch flowers all the time. And for some reason, I still look at these things and I go, branch, stick, leaf, petal, middle part thing. I don't know. So I'm kind of letting myself down, I think. Right, so we've just got 1, 2, 3 here. Stitch is Gonna Stitch says, how are you today? I am good. How are you? I'm trying to finish my book club book. So me and a couple friends have a book club via WhatsApp. So it's not like super serious or anything like that. But we all pick a book. We pick a book for the group, I should say, every month. And I'm like trying to finish this book. But I keep falling asleep at night. But I'm like over halfway there. I just need to finish it. I will say, when you do this here, make sure that you go up in that same hole, because if you leave a space like this, you will see the space right here, which now I've zoomed in and you can't really tell very well. And yes, Meg, I have. Meg says, have you ever tried Peggy Dean? I think that's her name. She teaches you how to draw different botanical drawings. I do follow her. And you know what? I used to see her stuff all the time in my Instagram feed. And now I like hardly see her at all. So I think I need to go through all of my things because I follow a lot of people. So I think I need to, you know, not have a culling, but I think I need to like unfollow some things that I'm not interested in anymore, you know. Carrie says, hey Meg, and then Meg says, hi Carrie. Helen says, what's the book? The book is called The Hideaway. I can't remember the author, but I'll post it later if you'd like. It's really good so far, but I think it's just because I'm tired at night. I can't do it. Robin says, have a lovely day. You have to read Where the Crawdads Sing. I'll write that on my list. Meg says, same, and I think that she's talking about she follows too many people, and she needs to, like, edit it. They've also started doing this thing Instagram has, where if you don't like or comment or interact with that person, they will think that you don't like them and then hide their grid posts. I hate that. It sounds so like wankery, but you know, the posts on Instagram and their stories from you. So have a think about that, even if maybe you don't 100% love the picture that the person's, I almost just smashed my finger, that the person's posted, but you want to see some of their other posts. Try liking kind of every post you see by that person. Sorry, I almost just smashed my finger. It really freaking hurts. These things are, embroidery is dangerous. It is a dangerous craft. It should come with a warning. That's all I'm going to say. Where am I? I'll do the fern stitch with this one so that you can see it again. But yeah, so if you know that you want to see some of their stuff in the future, just like, comment, think of something nice to say, throw it up there. And that way you'll be able to see all of their posts in the future. And if you found someone who you used to be able to see, but now you don't see, like we've just said, Peggy Dean, I don't see her in my feed anymore. I'll go to her profile, and then like her last 3 or 5 pictures and maybe leave a comment or 2. And that will kind of kickstart Instagram into thinking, oh, you actually like her. I'll put her in your feed again. Which, I mean, it's silly that you have to do that, but... Insta is so harsh, Meg says. Yeah, I mean, Instagram is kind of, it's trying to tailor your experience to each individual person. So even if you follow someone and you don't necessarily like all their pictures, they're thinking, well, you haven't liked them in a while, so I'm just going to hide it because you're obviously not into it. So like I kind of get it. But then I kind of don't get it either, because if I didn't like them, I wouldn't be following them. If I didn't want to see their stuff, I wouldn't be following them. So it's becoming more of it's showing you what it thinks you want to see. So even really simple things like if you go to your explore page and you see something on there that you don't want to see, if you don't tell them that you don't want to see it, then they won't know. And they'll just keep showing you those things. You really have to like be proactive and kind of curate your experience and tell it, because otherwise it won't know. I'll do this one again, but upside down. Come on. Ooh, there's like one little one here. I almost missed that. No, I feel like I should put one on the other side. Just to really stick it in there. All right. That's all for today. Just those little guys. I thought I would do it easy today because tomorrow we're having our catch-up day. Because I know satin stitch can be really time-consuming. And so can the word Christmas. So let me just take this out. And then you can see the whole thing. Vika says, I'm not 100% sure where to get threads in a physical store where I am. Can you order threads online? I mean, probably yes, but where? I know you can buy threads lots of places online. Where are you? I know DMC ships everywhere. And Anchor Threads ship everywhere. There's a couple other online stores. Like I'm trying to think if they ship everywhere or not. I know Cloudcraft might. Cloudcraft. I don't know if Hobbycraft will ship to Germany, because I know that they're like a UK-based store. But you'll just have to go check the international shipping on them. So this is what we have so far, but I do know that, sorry, just back to the question. She's in Germany, so I do know that Anchor and DMC should ship to you. So if you know what color, then that's great. I know Anchor Threads has a printable color chart. I think I might have it down here. I tend to keep everything. that's just a pattern. Yeah. But they have a printable color chart. I know Anchor does. So what you can do is print it at home. It will be a little bit different, obviously, because like printer settings and toner and color and all that kind of thing. So yeah, but you can print that and then maybe have a look at all the different colors and then choose from there and then order. That might be really great. And I know DMC has a color chart. I showed it the other day. And if you buy one of those, then that will be easier to see all the colors that they have. And they both do it by color families, if you know what I mean. So they'll have, oh dear, let's open it. So they'll have kind of the reds, the pinks, purples, blue. Then they'll have like the bluish greens, straight up greens, yellowy greens, yellow, oranges, and then kind of like the orangey reds. Or like brownish reds, I guess. Then straight up brown, then gray. And then they also have these kind of light effects or variegated thread and satin floss. So they do have all of them there. The only problem with these is that the color's not 100%, you know? So you might get a little bit different colors, or a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, depending on which one you choose. _time says, I'm from Vietnam and I just want to say you're my inspiration. Have a nice day. That's so nice. So I'm going to end it on that because that's really sweet. So this is what we have so far. Just these 6 little babes. I don't know, it just depends on which one that you like, the fern stitch or the fly stitch. We've done both today, so use whichever one that you like best. All right, I will see you tomorrow. I'll tell you the time later today. I just want to see if David's going to his rugby training or not. But regardless, I'll be online tomorrow evening, and it will be like 7 o'clock my time. So if you're Eastern time in America, I think that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So a little bit later for people who want to just wait a minute, okay? Just wait. Jessie's just come downstairs and she's like, let me out. Let me out right now. So yeah, have a great day. Tag me in your stories at The Barmy Fox, #TheBarmyFox, SAL, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.